Hi and welcome to week 79, living with Alzheimer's. And Happy New Year to you all, 2019. So this is the first video of 2019. Wow. Hope you all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. Thank you so much for all your comments on last week's video. I try and read as many as I can of them and try and respond to them as much as I can, and my wife tries to respond as well. So together, I think together we make one pretty good one, so we work it out. So, a new year. But, it started off with a little bit of a bombshell, really, and this week I want to talk a little bit about Alzheimer's, dementia, and driving. Now, I know that this is something that raises its head quite a bit, and something that I've been asked about a lot over the last, I suppose, couple of years. Now, I have always still had my licence. I haven't driven for some time, but I've always applied for my licence, and when I've been for a driving assessment, I have passed. Not with flying colours, but I have passed. So they have always renewed my licence, I think, on a yearly basis. Until now. This time I applied for my licence like I normally do, and I received a letter back, I think it was yesterday, to say that I have the letter here, that they consulted with my consultant and doctors, and they are not renewing my licence anymore. So a little bit of a blow, really, if I'm honest. And I want to explain a little bit about why it is such a blow when I haven't driven for probably a couple of years, because I took this conscious decision not to drive, because I found it very difficult. I found it an overload of information. Driving hadn't become an automated process. It had become a manual process, like I was learning it again. I was having to try and absorb the information of who was going what direction, where, the speeds, and there was so much stuff going on that I found it difficult and very tiring. But one thing that a lot of people don't actually realise is that losing your licence or having your licence taken away from you still sticks a bit. It's not something that I volunteered to give up. Most of us with dementia can remember the stuff that happened to us many, many years ago, and yet this morning, yesterday, 2 days ago, whatever, it's gone. What we had for breakfast, dinner, tea, what the weather was yesterday. But we can remember many years back. Most of us passed our tests when we were old enough to do so. Myself, I think I was about 17 and a half. So I remember passing my test. I remember that feeling of being able to get in a vehicle, a car, a van or whatever, and drive anywhere I wanted to. I remember that. And to have dementia, or to have somebody take that independence away, even though I hadn't used it, is something that sticks. Because if I'd have passed my test a few months ago, which I wouldn't have done, but had I done, I would have probably forgot what it really felt like, or forgot the details of it. But because it happened so many years ago, it's something that is etched into my mind, that feeling. So it can be quite a heartbreaking thing, really, to have a licence taken away. I'll survive, I'll get over it, and I'll carry on cycling. That they can't take away from me. So, yeah, I'll carry on doing it. But it's just a little something else that dementia has done. It's as though if you were told by somebody that you couldn't drive, okay, you can't do this, you can't go places on your own, you can't do things. It's people telling you that you cannot do something, which sticks a little bit. So, yeah, that's my licence story. And I don't think that I think I can drive. I know the mechanics of driving, but I have chosen not to anyway. So it's just another little step. But you know, for every negative thing, there's a positive thing that happens, I believe. Over Christmas, we got a, what's it called? Hang on. Alexa. And we bought one of these things. It reminds me to have a drink. It reminds me to have my breakfast when my wife's not here. It reminds me to take my tablets. It reminds me to have lunch. So it's a great thing. We do have a laugh with dementia because I keep forgetting what the name of this thing is, Alexa. I keep forgetting what the name is. So underneath where it is, we've got a post-it note with its name on, because my wife was getting quite frustrated because I was calling it Alice and Alex and all manner of things except for what its name was. And why is this thing not responding? Why is it not playing the music? Because you're calling it the wrong name. So we had quite a laugh about that. So underneath it we have Alexa written underneath so that I know what its name is. So yeah, technology can help, but sometimes we need a pencil and a piece of paper just to help that technology go a little further. So we started this video with a bit of a downer. License gone. But then, you know what, we've moved on to something a little bit humorous and something, yeah, a little bit lively and a little bit more positive. And that's what it's all about. So here's to a positive 2019. Here's to more things that I need to do to tick off my bucket list. And make no mistake about it. While I can, I will. As always, have a great week. Have a wonderful weekend. And yeah, I'll see you here again next week. Thank you so much for listening again. It's your comments and you, the people that listen to these videos, that make them worthwhile. It really is. For me, anyway. I know it's probably the reverse way for you, but the reality is that you guys help me by listening and responding to these videos. Talk to you again next Friday. Thank you. Bye.